20 years ago this week when the historic storm, Hurricane Katrina, intensified into a Category 5, slamming into the Gulf Coast.
And Kentucky didn't just watch it unfold on TV. The Commonwealth really responded at that time. The Christian Appalachian Project, also known as CAP, gathered food and water, clothing and supplies and placed those items into trailers and headed down to Biloxi, Mississippi.
Photojournalist Darnell Crenshaw shares Robin Renner's story as she remembers, in her own words, seeing widespread disaster and helping where she and CAP could in a story new at 5.
Robin Renner. I am the Director of Disaster Relief. 20 years ago, we decided to respond to Hurricane Katrina. We wound up sending around 40 employees and volunteers. People just started saying, hey, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. And so supplies was not short. We wound up in Mississippi. We wound up in Biloxi and Ocean Springs. I really remember, the steps to nowhere. There was basically no trees, people's houses and their material items spread all over. I'll never forget the view of the boat, you know, way offshore, just sitting there, you know, all broken up, but you could, you know, you knew it was a boat, and it was just sitting there with, you know, the ocean far away. One of the barges had like washed up on land. We began in what they call Tent City, and so we served from there and pretty much did whatever was needed. One of the jobs that I did was offload trucks all day long with the forklift, but we would send folks out with trucks and box trucks and deliver items to these other distributions. And this happened like sun up to sundown. I remember many nights doing without dinner. We went out in the community, first just seeing what the needs are of the people. They needed food, they needed supplies, they needed prayer, they needed help. It was hard for just sitting down and talking to the families that, you know, had lost a child or had lost a spouse. It's sad. It's, you know, all day long, that's what's on your mind is what's happened to these families. And so your heart breaks for them. And I remember one lady just talking about how she got separated from her husband, didn't know for days whether he was alive, whether he was dead because of the, you know, no communication. You know, 20 years ago, we didn't have that. CAP didn't have cell phones. We didn't have social media. We didn't have Instagram. It was a lot difficult to communicate backwards and forwards. What we know now and we've learned what to do and what not to do is from Katrina.
Well, since Hurricane Katrina, CAP has served in 45 natural disasters between West Virginia, Tennessee, Alabama, and Kentucky.